like I said, we're magnetic. You know what I'm saying? We're electromagnetic beings. At the end of the day, however you want to look at it. But when it comes down to like heavy metals, let's say like what they would, let's say these are theories. You know what I'm saying? Like with the chemtrails, which is like barium, strontium, and barium that they spray in the air, the type of heavy metals they have in the soil, or what you would have from you know, the foods and whatnot, or what they're feeding the animals, and then this is the type of thing we ingest and stuff. You know, what does metal do? Metal rots. I mean, oxidizes. It turns into rust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't want anything like that that's got that kind of property to rust. You know what I'm saying? And we look at just certain connective tissue in our body, and you know how it correlates to how stiff we are and whatnot. Like we're made of water. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how kids are so flexible and malleable, and then you start solidifying and become a lot more stiffer and whatnot. And it's just basically because of the type of things we ingest. Like, we should be eating more water foods. Unfortunately, that's not what happens. You know what I'm saying? Because we're made of water. Like, we should be eating watermelons, cantaloupes, honeydew, grapes, which are just literally, I consider them like little water bombs. But basically what that has, those are organic minerals. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a big difference between inorganic minerals and organic minerals. Like, somebody can say, I'm drinking alkaline water all day, but what is it alkalized with? Inorganic minerals. You know what I'm saying? And they actually, there's a way to alkalize water, where if you just take distilled water, which is free of pretty much everything, which is just pure water, you could just alkalize it with a little bit of lemon. But if you look at the water that's in these fruits, especially if you're doing your own garden, because I have my own garden, which I actually put videos up on my channel also, which you could check out, like garden tours. But I harvested like 15 watermelons, you know what I'm saying? And I don't use any chemicals, so I know what I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? I can reuse these seeds, but the water there is actually distilled water with all the actual elements that you need. And it's also hydrating you on a cellular level. But here's the real crazy thing is, we got to get into a topic of like the sugars, like the fructose, glucose, and then like the milk sugars, which is galactose. But these simple sugars is what the body runs off on. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people who start even the protein myth and whatnot. But let's say, for example, you have a pot. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people who say, I'm always hydrated because I'm drinking a lot of water. But then when you check, they're really not hydrated. And that's the ability for the adrenals or kidneys to process the electrolyte. But let's say, for example, you're drinking a lot of water. Don't you just pee clear water? Like, it looks like you're just recycling the water. You know what I'm saying? It's no different than when you have a pot and you take a gallon of water and you just dump it on the plant. It's just going to come out the bottom. And if you leave that plant outside in the sun for like a half hour, it's already dry again. Now, when you have a drip irrigation system where it's feeding the plant the water little by little, it's actually absorbing the water. This is how I look at fruits. Fruits actually hydrate you on a deep cellular level, not just like water does, where if the body doesn't recognize it, the body tends to reject things it doesn't recognize. You know what I'm saying? That's why vitamins, you have a half-life and you pee them out. You pee like nuclear yellow for that reason. So that's why water, if it's got inorganic minerals, it's not as beneficial. But if you have distilled water, it's not necessarily hydrating you, but it has a cleansing effect. So you're cleaning out the filters. Like, you're not going to put new fluids in a car that has dirty filters. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of look at it like that, where I use that analogy to make it make sense, you know?